The apron fabric with the pocket pinned in place under the presser foot. You're going to line up the edge of the presser foot with the edge of the fabric. You're going to drop down the presser foot, hold onto the thread coming out of the needle, rotate the needle so it goes into the fabric, and you're going to start sewing. You're going to stitch a few stitches and then reverse. When you come to a pin, you're going to stop, remove the pin, put it back in the pin container. Turn. I didn't go far enough. Turn so the edge of the fabric lines up with the edge of the presser foot. Pivot. You're sewing across the bottom now, and you're sewing across that small opening. Pivot. You're almost done. Make sure you put the presser foot down. Sew to the top of the pocket and reverse. Lift the needle so the hand wheel goes all the way up. Lift the presser foot, pull the fabric out, and cut it off. Now that the pocket is sewn on, you have an actual pocket that you can put things in. You are next going to step 7. Take the straps, untie them, take one end, put it around your neck, match it up mid-chest, cut it. Take the remaining piece, fold it in half, and cut it in half. Take your fabric that has the markings on it and lay it flat on the table in front of you so that you see the marks. You're going to take your shortest strap for your neck and you are going to pin it in place. Remember, we are sewing this inside out, so the straps are going to go inside for sewing the apron together. So pin in place here, pin in place here, and then pin in place in the middle. With step 7, your straps should be pinned in place at the neck, they should be pinned in place at the sides, and they should be pinned in place in the middle, with the straps going out the bottom. With the fabric in front of you and the straps pinned down in place, take the fabric piece that has the pocket on it, turn it over so you do not see the pocket, and lay it down on top of the other fabric, covering the straps. Press it down in the middle to make it flat. Then you're going to pin the two pieces together. You're going to start where you already have it pinned at the straps, remove the pin, and pin through the top fabric, the straps, and the bottom fabric. Come up to the neck, do the same thing. Pinning it in place will keep the fabric together while you're sewing it. Then you're going to make sure all the edges are exactly even, and you're going to continue to pin. You're going to pin on the curves, on both of the curves. You're going to pin on the sides. And the last two places you're going to pin are where your dots are. You can't see your dots, but if you want to redraw them, you can. And that's where your pins are going to go. We are going to start on this sewing on this dot and end on this dot, leaving this open for turning it right side out. Take the bottom of your apron, bring it under the presser foot, put the dot just like you did with the pocket under the presser foot, line up the edge of the apron with 5/8, remove the pin, lower the presser foot, hold on to the needle thread and rotate the hand wheel till the needle goes into the fabric, and you are going to sew your apron pieces together. You're going to do a couple stitches and then reverse. And then you're going to pivot, again rotating the needle so it goes into the fabric, lifting up the presser foot, rotating the fabric, lining it up with 5/8 of an inch, and sewing to the next corner. As you get to a needle or a pin, remove it. You're going to come up to the strap. You are to sew over the straps. Again, removing the pin. Sew up to the curve. Rotate the hand wheel. Line up the curve with 5/8. As you sew the curve, you're going to slowly turn the fabric. Rotate. Now you are going to sew across the top of the apron, sewing over the neck straps. Sewing across the other strap. If you have to stop sewing for cleanup, reverse so you can continue the next day. In the home stretch, you're going to sew over to the stop dot. There's the other dot. You're going to sew up to it and then reverse. Lift your hand wheel so your needle goes all the way up. Lift up your presser foot, pull it out to the side. And that concludes step 8. You are going to reduce the bulk on the apron, just like you did on the pocket. You're going to trim off the corners. Do not cut the stitching. Trim off the corner, all the corners, the bottom, the sides. Then on the curves of the apron, you are going to cut out 3 triangles. You're going to take the fabric, you're going to fold it, you're going to take your scissors, and you're going to cut at an angle, a little V. Do not cut the stitching. You're going to do 3 on each side. So there's 3. Again, on this side, take the fabric, fold it in half, cut at an angle, making sure not to cut the stitching. This will make the apron lay flat on the curves and sharp corners. Through the opening in the bottom of the apron, you are going to insert your hand and you're going to turn it right side out, just like you did with the pocket. And just like we did with the pocket, you're going to take a colored pencil and you're going to push out all of the corners. So that the apron lays flat. You're going to unpin the straps that are pinned in the middle. You're going to take it over to an iron and you're going to iron the apron. Then you're going to sew across the bottom, the whole entire bottom. Take the bottom edge of the apron, put it under the presser foot, line up the bottom edge of the apron with the edge of the presser foot, rotate your hand wheel so the needle goes in, hold the needle thread and start to sew. Make sure that you reverse, and then you are going to sew across the bottom of the apron, which will then close the opening. When you get to the end, reverse, rotate the hand wheel till the needle comes up, cut the threads off. You're going to take a fabric pen and write your name somewhere on your apron, grade it, and turn it in. There you go. Thanks for watching.